I don't think Stone Cold writes in cursive.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. I'll cherish it always.
Wow, he is dumb. That's funny. He's probably watching this video now and like, so it's not real. You thought you were writing cursive? Hello.
Hey, we're gonna have a good day.
Meet my new friend.
What are you doing? Chug. What is up, my master reactors? Welcome back to a new video. As you can see, first off, before we begin, no hat. That's because I'm recording at my aunt's, as you can see with the background, and I forgot my hat at home. I forgot to grab a hat to choose from, any hat really, and so now I have no hat, and I have to use my hood again. But I want to keep it on because I currently am getting a headache. So, you know, it's not a good idea. There's a cord around me. It's really annoying. Anyways, but yeah, first thing, yeah, no hat. Second thing is, we are back with another reaction. Well, this is the start of a very, very special one. After a huge disaster last year. I'm gonna speak again. If you guys saw my, Black Badger, YouTubers reaction, which was the start of the Black Badger reaction month, which we will get to in November. We'll talk about that in November. But, if you saw the beginning of that, you know I talked for a good minute, at the beginning, before we got into the actual reaction itself, and I'm probably gonna do that again. I don't think I'm gonna try not to speak as much as I did, or as long as I did, for that reaction. But in case I do, here's the timestamp of when I start the reaction, or say whatever we're reacting to. That's the timestamp, but it's only showing up right now in case I speak too long. If I don't, then there's nothing there. So that's good. We're not going to speak too long about this. But if there is a number, then yeah, I spoke for a little bit. But if you're watching this for the first time, please listen. You can skip. You can skip after you watch this, but for the first time. But if you're watching this for the first time, please listen to what I'm about to say, because this is going to be really important.
You're going to want to sit down.
So yes, this is another reaction month, but not just any reaction month. This is our first ever reaction of redemption. Basically, what that means is that this is going to be a reaction, a fixed version, a solution, something to fix a previous reaction month before, which gets me into the disaster of last year. You guys remember the BrewStew reaction month disaster from July 2024. Oh my God, that was awful.
What a nightmare.
I tried my best, but so much went wrong, and so much happened. Reactions I thought were good. It was going I was terrible with the scheduling, because editing takes a lot longer than usual. Again. But, yeah, it was a disaster. So much went wrong. I got sick, my family got sick, and haters entered the chat, and I made a big mistake with one of the titles for one of the videos. Like a really, really big mistake. I explained it all in this video right here, where I talk about the everything that went wrong, responding to everything. While I was sick as well. While I was sick, I responded to everything. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that video and it should explain everything for you. But in case you do know what happened, you know it was an absolute disaster, and I'm willing to call it the first ever reaction month disaster. It was supposed to just be a simple reaction month for BrewStew, just like how it was for Stevie T, and Infinite. Those reaction months did perfectly fine, but BrewStew's? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. It was a disaster. And same thing with the Black Badger reaction month. That also ended in a disaster, a very big one. You could argue that ended in a way bigger disaster, but I think the BrewStew one was the bigger disaster for a lot more reasons. But yeah, the BrewStew reaction month, one of the worst times of my life, probably. Oh my god, it was awful. Which brings us into our very first reaction month redemption. This is why reaction month redemption officially exists, because this is going to be for reaction months that sadly ended in a disaster or did not be able to be finished. And so we are redoing the reaction month 1 year later. That's what reaction month redemption is. Redeeming the reaction month we sadly did not get to fully get last year. And if the redemption does not work, as if we can't have a better month, or God forbid, we have a worse month than the one before, the redemption has failed, and we just have to give up on it and try again after whatever amount of time. If it ends in disaster, we're gonna have a time wait before we can try again. And I'm going to say 4 years. It takes 2 years before we can do another reaction month for the same channel. But for redemptions, if they fail, we'll do a 4-year wait. So we can let things cool down first. But if redemption goes right, then we'll do the 2-year gap wait before we can do another BrewStew reaction month. But yeah, that's basically what a reaction month redemption is. And this is our first one. It is BrewStew redemption. We are trying to fix the disaster that happened last year with the BrewStew reaction month, with a new BrewStew reaction month, with some added reactions, and, you know, just trying to fix it. Just trying to get back on track with it. And if it fails, well, sadly, you won't be able to see another BrewStew reaction month for another at least 4 years. After that, we can try again when we want, but if it fails, sadly, it's going to be a while before we do it again. But if we can successfully redeem the last year reaction month disaster, then we can do another BrewStew reaction month after 2 years. That's how it's going to work. I think I explained it all the way through. So yeah, we are in our first ever reaction month redemption with BrewStew. That's what we're doing this month. And to start it off, I added some videos to the schedule because I had to change things around because reasons. But yeah, we still have the original schedule I had last year, but now we are, for some things I've already reacted to part of that schedule, I changed them into different videos. So let's talk about what we're reacting to today. To start off our very first reaction month redemption, we are going to be reacting to, hold on, let me make sure I have this the right way. So it's gonna be right here, because I've been doing it wrong for the last times I've been recording this, but these videos, but I've been doing it here, so that means, yeah, I got it. So the first video we are going to be reacting to for reaction month redemption, BrewStew reaction month redemption, is going to be BrewStew Just Because. I chose this because I just chose a random video, really, and I thought Just Because was a good starter word. You know, I thought it was a good word for we're doing this again just because. Yeah, I think that works. I am praying to God, to God this actually works out and we don't end in another disaster. But just please, Lord, don't let this end in another disaster. Please don't. And I meant to record this in like May or April, but I'm recording this on the last day of May. I am so terrible at timing. But I did just graduate school, and I just turned 18, so I got a lot of free time now. Let's get to this. Before we begin, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. We're going to be doing another reaction month redemption in just 4 more months for the Black Badger reaction month redemption, and yeah. So look forward to that, I guess. And, you know, enough talking. Let's get into BrewStew, just because the very first video of Reaction Month Redemption. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's get into it.
Alright, now remember when you were a kid and you'd lay on the living room floor and pretend you were dead just so you could freak out your mom and give her a panic attack? No? You didn't do that as a kid? Oh, well, I did. I did it all the time. I'd be laying on the floor looking like a dead body in an episode of CSI. My mom would walk in and flip out. Oh my God, somebody murdered my kid! And I'd be committed too. I would lay there until I could hear like the first 2 digits of 911 being dialed.
Wouldn't she see you breathing though?
Like, surprise! I'm not dead! Isn't that funny?
And then you get your
What are you mad at me for? Your son's not dead. You should be happy. Now, why would I do that as a child? Well, that's an easy answer. Just because.
I think I know what happens next.
Because it's a good enough excuse for you to do anything as a kid. Billy, can you tell me why you tried to flush a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle down the toilet? Because. Because why? Because
they go into the sewers.
Just because. I don't know. What do you want from me? I'm a kid, for Christ's sake.
For example, they go to the they live in the sewers.
I told my friend Randy that Stone Cold Steve Austin was my uncle. Now, Stone Cold Steve Austin is a lot of things. He's Austin 316. He's the Texas Rattlesnake. But one thing that he isn't is my fucking uncle, that's for sure. So why did I tell Ricky that he was? Well, just because, of course. Why the hell not? And Randy was dumb enough to believe it in the first place. Wow, dude, Stone Cold's your uncle? Can I get an autograph? Well, yeah, Randy's my uncle, for Christ's sake. Hell, I could have him Stone Cold Stunner your dad if you wanted me to. So sure as hell the next day, I show up to class with a post-it note that has a very obviously forged Stone Cold Steve Austin autograph on it. It's obviously in my handwriting. Hell, it's probably misspelled on top of it. I gave that post-it note to Randy. His ass almost cried in the classroom. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I'll cherish it always.
Wow, he is dumb.
Well, that's the end of the story. I never told Randy the truth. Hell, his ass probably still has that fucking post-it note framed in his bedroom, for Christ's sake. My God, Stone Cold Steve Austin had terrible penmanship in the 90s. But that's just the type of shit that you did. You did things just to do
funny.
Like another example. One time I was standing outside my house on a summer day, just doing kid shit, and I see that my next door neighbor Michael left his bike outside. So what do I decide to do? Well, I take his bike and I dip his handlebars in a big pile of dog shit. Now, why would I do something like that? Well, just because, of course. That and because Michael got my Vortex football stuck in a tree the week prior. In my mind, his ass deserved it. So a few minutes later, Michael comes outside and gets on his bike. I'm sitting in my front yard waiting for him to put his hand in dog shit and cry like a little girl. But to my surprise, Michael was such a dirty little bastard, his ass didn't even notice. All day long, he's riding throughout the neighborhood, totally oblivious to the shit smattered on his handlebars and his hands. Hey, why's that dirty little kid riding a girl's bike with one training wheel? I don't know, but he smells like a fucking porta potty, I tell you what. Hell, I even seen his ass eat an ice cream sandwich later that day, and I almost threw up in my mouth. This ice cream sandwich tastes like somebody's asshole. Oh well. Now, you had to be careful with the just because excuse, because just because could get you in trouble. Like, for example, one time when I was a kid, I was swinging a wiffle ball bat inside the house like an asshole. Why was I doing that? Well, just because. Goddamn, how many times I gotta say it? So imagine my surprise when the wiffle ball bat flings out of my hand like a fucking boomerang, and it smashes into a 7th grade picture of my sister hanging on the wall. Well, now what am I gonna do? What am I just gonna walk up to my parents like, hey, I was swinging a wiffle ball bat in the house just because, and I broke a bunch of shit? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do what any 8-year-old's gonna do. I'm gonna try to fix it myself. So I dump all the broken glass in the garbage can and just pray to God nobody's gonna notice a fucking picture frame with no glass in it. I put the wooden panels back together with masking tape and hang it back on the wall, but clearly that's not gonna cut it. It's not exactly inconspicuous, that's for sure. So I grab some crayons and I try to match the wood grain as best as possible. I have to say I fucking Pablo Picasso'd that thing to perfection. Hell, I think it looked better than it did before I broke it. So I hang it back up on the wall, all confident in my handiwork, and I'll be damned, that picture frame went unnoticed for like 8 years. It wasn't until Until one day my mom was walking through like, hey, what the? Is that masking tape? Hey, there's not even glass in this picture frame. And my ass, who was practically a grown man at this point, was like, oh yeah, I broke that thing when I was like 8 years old, swinging a wiffle ball bat in the house. Why were you swinging a wiffle ball bat in the house? Oh, I don't know. Just because, I guess. So I guess I owe my mom an apology for all the bullshit that I've done, and an apology to Randy for his fake-ass Stone Cold Steve Austin autograph, and hell, even an apology to Michael for, well, you know what? Fuck Michael. He lost my goddamn Vortex football in a tree. But anyways, the moral of the story is, the next time you're trying to figure out why your kid fucking dumped a bottle of nail polish in your driveway, or they duct taped a fucking G.I. Joe to your cat, just know they did it because, well, just because. The end.
What an interesting story.
BrewStew.com.
Alright. Okay. Did I like this video? Why? I think you know the answer why. Just because. See what I did there? I think you did. I think you saw what I did there. Alright guys, that was BrewStew. Just because. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Well, first, with the return of BrewStew reactions, that was... Probably could have chose a better video, but... I'm fine with this being the first one back. I'm pretty sure I gave Midnight Mayhem a very good, rating when I was finished, because that was the very first BrewStew video I saw, and I really love that one. But this one was just...
Underwhelmed is the best word I think we can use for it.
I think I prefer it over the Lilo and Stitch remake, though. I think I will say that. Or maybe I just find it on the same level. I don't think Lilo and Stitch remake is bad. I just thought it was So, yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, and I'm kind of got... I only give it... I give it an just because.
He said it! He said it!
Okay, but for real though, real rating. Real reason why. Maybe because of something that was probably happening behind me. I was prepared, like, I'm gonna have to stop this recording real quick, you know, just like this. Maybe because of that, you know, I was prepared to, like, stop the recording, like, you know, just because. Just I didn't even mean to do it that time. No, just because of that. I didn't even mean to do it that time. Or maybe it's because I just wasn't paying attention to one part of the video, which was something with the pink bike. But everything else I was paying attention to, and I was just like, Stone Cold thing was very funny though. That was very funny. That he never told him the truth. He probably watched the video. He's probably watching the video now, and he's just like, oh, now I feel stupid. But yeah, I don't think Stone Cold Austin, my bad, writes in cursive. If I were to think how he would write, I don't know. Maybe there's an example on the screen. I don't know. But look, this is just a fine video. Nothing much. Nothing else. Not really anything crazy. Just fine. Just because. I got nothing. I got nothing. For the return of BrewStew reaction month redemption, it was a fine video back, I guess. Just because I gotta get into the rating. I'm gonna annoy you guys with those words now. It's probably gonna be stuck in my head for a little bit. Let's just get into the rating. But if I had to rate this video, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I was thinking 6.5 or 6, but I think a 6 is reasonable. This is just a fine video. It was an video, you know. It's just something. It exists. It's a little funny for a part, but you know, I got nothing to say. It's just it's fine, and that's totally fine. You know, not every video needs to be the best thing ever or the worst thing ever, hopefully. But it's just fine. It's not bad. It's just fine, and I think that's perfectly reasonable. That's perfectly fine, just because. But that one was on purpose. You could tell. But yeah, 6 out of 10. This was still with a good or bad loss. This was a good. But that was the video, guys. What did you guys think about it? Leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. Thank you all so much for watching. I forgot what's next. I need to catch my schedule. What the heck did I just say? I need to check my schedule. I remember. The next one is the dog Otis. And after that, a Rottweiler in the same day. So look forward to that. But thank you all so much for watching. I shall see you all next time. Out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. What reaction did you have? Leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace out.
Hey, we're gonna have a good day.